Hi, there's Kevin Way, the Rogue Deck Builder, here with this week's episode of the Tuesday Brewsday. So there's a format on good old MTG Arena called Standard 2022, which is all about cards that are not rotating. So I thought I'd try a deck that sort of works in Standard right now and see how well it works in the Standard 2022. The problem with this deck is it doesn't get much better with Innistrad, because Innistrad does not have elves in it. So this is an Elfball, kind of Elfball tribal. We did get the Circle of Dream Druids, which I might have to go up in quantities right now. I just have the two of in this deck, as it's a huge liability. There still is a lot of removal in this Standard 2022 with the Power Word Kill, as well as we still have Frostbite. We still have, there's a new Dragon, Reveal Dragon spell, deal 3 damage to a creature. The Dragon deck is probably the #1 deck right now because Prismari Dragons, really nothing rotates. You can build the Adventure version of it in Standard right now, but you don't really have to. It works just fine with just the two Premier Dragons being the Prismari Dragon, as well as both the Treasure Dragons is what they use, and they just use a lot of removal. And I mean, that's good enough right there. You have a pretty good strategy of just both those dragons can finish off the game very, very quickly and then hold back up mana to protect them. So that is the #1 deck. I would say that Mono White is very, very good as well. It's got all the pieces to it. And mono green Stompy's good, and even this mono black Control is super good right now, just using the animation lands, the Frost Haven as well as the black animation land, and then all removal. And that seems to have some planeswalkers, like both the Liliana doesn't rotate from Strixhaven, and neither does, of course, the new card out of Forgotten Realms, which are very good card draw planeswalkers out of black. So that's how we have to attack the meta right now. This Elfball is kind of a fun deck. It is very vulnerable, though. Doesn't really have a good matchup versus any of them. Pretty good versus Mono White, I would say, because you can go over the top of it. But you can do some pretty fun stuff with this deck. So let's just take a look at what we have here. At the 1-drop slot, we have Jaspera Sentinel, which is kind of our 1 mana dork-ish. And then we have that Tajuru Blightblade. This is actually a pretty good card. Death Touch is super, super good in this format because it just blocks anything from Stompy or Mono White. It's a roadblock they have to overcome. I kind of wish this had like reach. We do need another reacher with the Jaspera Sentinel. But this 1-2 package, or the 2-1 drops, is pretty good here. The Death Touch is fine on something to get bigger. We have the Elvish Warmaster. This is the entire reason to run this deck for Elves Tribals. Once we get up to 7 mana, elves you control get +2/+2, and it spits out an elf every time you throw in an elf. Only triggers once per turn, though. The new addition to this from the latest set is going to be Ranger's class. It doesn't put out an elf, but it puts out a wolf, and once you get this up to level 3, it acts as though you can just kind of ball off, is how Elfball works, is you can then cast cards off the top of your library if they're creatures. And it actually works kind of well with this Varis Silverymoon Ranger, that if you actually use the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, you have a bunch of opportunities to scry. And so on pivotal turns, when you get stuck with a land on the top of your library, you can scry that away and then hopefully hit creatures and then just continue to cast creatures. And then we have another mana dork in the form of Sculptor of Winter, and the Tajuru Paragon is another way to continue to look for better cards. Of course, the really good cards out of this deck are going to be the Elvish Warmaster, and then we also have the Canopy Tactician. The Canopy Tactician is going to add you a lot of mana, give all your elves +1/+1. Very good card here. And Realmwalker is another ranger class. It counts as an elf. You can look at top card of library as a creature of the chosen type. You can continue to cast it. And again, the Circle of Dream Druids is another mana dork. This one is very powerful. You can get it to stick out, but that's been my problem. It gets removed. It's kind of awkward with the Faceless Haven of getting on turn 3. You often have like the 3-land hand with the snow-covered forest and 1 Faceless Haven, and then that can't come out on turn number 3. And again, it's just a liability. It just dies. If you get 1 on tap with it, sometimes there's nothing to do with it. It's really good with like Ranger's class. I might need to go up in copies of the Circle of the Dream Druid. We'll have to wait and see if it's like Sculptor of Winter or Circle of the Dream Druid that just ends up being better. Another card draw is going to be Toski, Bearer of the Secrets. We have to get through with cards, so Toski is going to be our little squirrel that could and can allow our little guys to actually get in some damage and draw more cards. And then we have the 2 animation lands with Lair of the Hydra, as well as Faceless Haven. Both these are going to give us kind of that go the distance versus board wipes. This is actually a card that you can pump quite a bit into it. It doesn't have trample, though. I don't know if there's a way we can actually utilize trample in this deck. I mean, trample would be really good if we had ways to give creatures trample too, because sometimes the Elvish Warmaster things just get blocked. So I might have to look at options for trample if there's like a creature or an enchantment that doesn't rotate from the, let's see, let's go ahead and click on what's going to stick around here. So all those are rotating. That's Zendikar Rising, Kaldheim, Strixhaven, Adventures of the Forgotten Realms is sticking around. So, ooh, that is actually kind of interesting with Lizette, but there's no way to gain life, really. So giving trample until end of turn would not work without somehow, then running like the whenever a creature enters the battlefield, gain a life type strategy for a 2-drop, and then we're really out of elves at that point. Yeah, I don't. If we give them all +1/+1 counters, they can get trample. Let's see here. What else do we got with trample? Yeah, it doesn't really look like. Have to get up to the emblem with the Elwick Tumblestrum. This is actually a planeswalker that could be added to this deck, because eventually the dungeon again isn't too bad with the ranger class, and then scrying. And then looking at top 6 cards too also works. But getting up to emblem is just something that's probably not going to happen. And I guess the master symmetrist is a way we can get trample to stuff, but that seems again quite awkward because a lot of our power toughness are not going to be. I guess most of them are. Nope, we have a 3/2, we have a 2/1. Yep, I think that's kind of all our options here. Nothing really works with giving other things trample, unless someone can find a card that I've overlooked here. With all your creatures getting trample until end of turn. Alrighty, so that's basically just the deck. This is just best of 1 format right now, so I have not included a sideboard. So let's just run it through a gauntlet here and see what results. It does terrible versus the Dragons deck, awful versus Dragons deck. It's actually pretty good versus like the control, because oftentimes these lands come through for you, and same with Toski, it comes through and you draw a ton of cards like Rangers class and whatnot. It does okay versus mono white if we can avoid like having a bunch of flyers early, or equip a flyer equipped to the mace. That's I guess that does give it flying. That's a lot of times gives us a problem, but a lot of times we can ball off and just outproduce what they are doing, and then we can just force them on on their heels and then swing in for lethal a few turns later. So there we go. Don't have to deal with Embercleaves or ultimatums in this format, so that's a good. I'm actually liking Standard 2022 a lot better than there aren't nearly the amount of cheese cards. Like, you don't have to deal with so much cheese with the ultimatums, with the Embercleaves, with there still is some obnoxious cards. I can't stand that take extra turn foretell card. Take extra turns are always just I cannot stand that mechanic with how many times you just cast that card and just win the next turn with the way that many of these decks are built. But let's go ahead and run this through and see how well we do. We'll play ranked here. This is in platinum rank, so our opponent should be, pretty decent. I haven't grinded in arena for a while. Usually I'll just get up to platinum and then call it quits there, because it's kind of pointless to go further than that. It's just too much of a time suck to justify the rewards. It made Mythic plenty of times, though, in the past. All right, this is a very keepable hand. We have Lair of the Hydra into Jaspera Sentinel. And next turn we have the Elvish Warmaster. I really would like another 1-drop, like a premier 1-drop. But there we go. That was a perfect draw, because we go Elvish Warmaster into the Blightblade, and now we have an additional card, 5 power on board on turn 2. That's not bad whatsoever. And now we can go Realmwalker and get another one out here, and then attacking with everything. Pretty good turn 2 play. Our opponent needs to wipe the board. There are plenty of board wipes right now. Their emergent sequence is not going to be some sort of ramp-based strategy. Black-green's actually pretty good too, because you do have. I'm thinking that when the creature, it's a 3/3, and when it dies, you lead back a 3/3 Hydra is pretty good. So let's go ahead and throw the Snow-Covered Forest out. Go ahead and throw Varis. Wait, is it just lethal here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite. I was saying if we can make the Lair. Would it be lethal, but not quite. So we need one more turn. And now we will throw the Sculptor out too and go the Mad Mage. What scries us immediately? Let's go the Mad Mage. I think the Mad Mage is going to be better. And then attacking with everything. Now, opponent needs a board wipe. And if they have a board wipe, we at least swing in for 4 and then 4 again. Okay, there's a board wipe. And adds 1 billion mana. So that was the perfect card versus our deck. Finds the Culling Ritual into binding the old gods to kill the going for the Realmwalker. Still has 3 mana left over. And a Soul Shatter, what a joke. It's mono removal, and it had to have that the ritual. So now we'll make it into a 3/3 and attack in. And maybe that will get us there, but it comes through with the board wipe with the Culling Ritual. Mana value 2 or less and added so much. It was the perfect option. Was our opponent going to put out 2/2/1s now? Ay, ay, ay. So now we could get up to 4, but I think with the best thing we can do is here. I think we do animate into a 3/3. Well, I did it wrong. Oops. Oh well. Should have made it 3/3 is what I thought it could have gone to, but no. We had to tap itself. So now our opponent's going to get back with this lot, the lot of the Spider Queen. Maybe I shouldn't have gone so wide, like kept one back, kept a couple back. The good news is we can come back from this. Like, it's possible to come back from this. Opponent's going to start getting in there, I think, with the Menace. Okay, that's fine. At least we can get some pests out of the way. So we'll go a Sentinel. Gets our board state back up. Now I'll do this correctly. This becomes now a 3/3 because it's X and 1. There we go. Get the pests out of the way at least. Opponent does get to gain some life. And get some loyalty. Yeah, that's tough with lot of the Spider Queen too. So it looks like another board wipe is coming. So let's go here. Now gets 2 more spiders. Ay, ay, ay. The Culling Rituals. Up to a 6. Has to create some spiders here. Toski's okay. And a Soul Shatter. Yikes. I think we're getting controlled out here by this. But our opponent had to have the Culling Ritual. That was the only card in their deck that could have stopped it. There might be some other, some removal spells. But typically these decks are quite awkward. They don't have their draw spell with a lot with Spider Queen. Like, a couple scenarios can happen with these sort of decks. They have mono removal in their hand and don't have their Spider Queen. And then they just, at that point, they just lose. Because we just come back from this, they run out of steam. And I think our deck's better at redrawing cards. Like, there's a perfect one right there. And then we can level up. And then next turn we can start leveling up more. And then start casting things off the top of our library. We're actually getting quite weak, though, with life. Another Culling Ritual. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, one more Culling Ritual in my opponent's deck. Gets to put out 2 guys again? Again? Yeah, it's a good Planeswalker.
Do what I demand.
And unfortunately, we draw nothing. I think we're dead here. So we can put this up to a 5. Gonna block it all, huh? Culling Ritual gets rid of our Rangers class too, huh? That's pretty crazy. The spiders that could on the Spider Queen.
I will get what I want.
And a Foretold card. Go ahead and throw out a Sculptor of Winter. Yep, poison the cup. And I think that we've been controlled out. Close game, though. This actually was a pretty close game. Still, though, not a... Easily coming back. I mean, that was three of the board wipes that our opponent drew. And we're pretty good against just the mono removal. Like, if our opponent didn't have the board wipe, it's just 1 for 1-ing, and then we're fine. All right, let's play another one here. But yeah, that's typically how that deck does suffer. They don't get a Professor Onyx or a... it has to have that perfect combination of being able to answer either the go wide or the just, kind of go over the top. Plus, it has to have its card advantage through one of the Planeswalkers and be able to protect it. So typically, I think that that's not the worst matchup ever. That Culling Blight, though, that really sucks, though. It kills the Rangers class because it's just 2 mana. That's awful. So not a bad hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. Like, again, the ultimate thing would be to draw another 1-drop. Another Jaspera Sentinel or something else. Even a land here would be good. We have a lot of outs here. Land's fine. We'll go with the Elvish Warmaster. That kind of gets us ready for next turn with the Varis. So Elvish Warmaster is going to die here. Oh, that's a good one. I guess Elvish Warmaster did not die there. Counter magic up. Let's bait it out here if our opponent's got the Elvish Warmaster kill spell rather than... Let's see here. Yep, there's the flunk. Okay. And then we can still... Yeah, we can still go Varis here, I think. I think that's fine. Possibly we could have done it the other way around. Yeah, removal is still really good in this format. Even with Heartless Act rotating, there's still a lot of 2-mana spells that just take care of everything. Power Word Kill. Opponent does have to pay 1 more. I don't think that's relevant. Another flunk. Okay. Okay, I think we'll go Rangers class. Go ahead and cast this. And then hopefully we don't get into a board wipe. Because we have a lot of mana next turn. We have a Lair that can start beating down. So the board wipe is 4 mana, the -3, -3. So we have a turn. So I'm assuming the Sculptor is going to die here. Nothing. Ooh, that's a good one. Kind of want to just hold it back, though. What do we achieve by throwing it out? So I could throw it out and... I'm going to attack first with just a wolf to see if it can bait out a removal spell. Jeez, I kind of want this Rangers class online because a board wipe just messes us up. So... I'm just gonna Rangers class here. I'm not gonna go wide this time to get blown out by a board wipe. And the Faceless Haven's gonna be pretty good. Gives us like another attacker. And Rangers class is really cool with these lands because they can continue to get counters on them. So we have a couple of options here. First off, I'm just going to attack. We're just going to keep putting the pressure. I should have put on the wolf there because it would have survived the board wipe. And I'm just going to apply enough pressure here off cards off the top of my library that... and I could have done this, like, pre-combat, cast some stuff. There is some obnoxious flash cards. Okay, Poison the Cup on the 3/3. That's a really good... That's fine. Our opponent goes down to a 10. And now we can start... Ooh, that's perfect. We can start applying pressure with the Rangers class. And there we go. I don't know. See, Stomping just seems better than playing just the elves because you get like a lot of... There's a lot of haste cards right now in mono green. You have... there's the 5-drop Frog. There is the 6-drop Vorinclex. There is also another... I believe there's another haster... You have the 6/6 for 5 mana whenever it's targeted by a spell, draw a card. There's a lot of good stuff in green. Like, mono green just seems super good. Let's play another one. And the thing is, too, there's a lot of answers to these board wipe strategies, too. Like, Clerics is really good against board wipes. I've noticed I did play against a Clerics deck that everything just reanimates. Everything has value and it comes into play and everything reanimates. And so, I don't know, it seems this format seems to be playing Magic how I like to be playing Magic, which is, you know, actually interacting rather than just casting ultimatums and Embercleaves. So far, so good. The Hydras, Lair of Hydras are awesome coming out on turn 1. We have another Jaspera Sentinel. Then we have, next turn we do have a Rangers class or a Paragon. Whichever one we so choose. I think getting a Rangers class is a little bit better. Especially this Sentinel does die. We have Bloodchief's Ascension, or Bloodchief's Thirst that's still in the deck. Alright, so we get another Lair. How... Yeah, let's be a little more aggressive. A little more aggressive here with the 3/2 over the 2/2. Possibly we could have gone the other way around. This can be a dragon deck, huh? A Temple of the Dragon Queen. So we are going against the deck I did not want to go against. So I could go Rangers class and pump. Let's just go ahead and attack in. And this should get killed here. Yep, Dragon's Fire happens. Maybe I should have attacked with this and then waited to see if there's a 1-drop on top. There was not. Another layer of the Hydra. Lots of layers of Hydra. We can't even animate the Faceless Haven yet. Looks like Realmwalker is going to bite the dust. Next one we have like Lair Realmwalker, I think, or Faceless Haven Realmwalker. But this typically is a very tough matchup because the dragons are just impossible to beat. Ooh, unfortunately that is something we cannot cast off the top of our library. So I think the play is going to be Rangers class and then pump it. So we'll do the Faceless Haven. And then we're getting bad lag here. Super bad lag. Pay like this and like this. And then apologize for the lag. We'll go on the Realmwalker here. It puts us kind of out of reach for maybe another Dragon's Fire. This is going to be a take extra turn. Explosive Iteration is just such a broken card. That is one of the more powerful cards that is not rotating. There are still like some high impact, high power cards that are from Strixhaven, but I mean it's when comparing like what's still available in standard versus what's rotating, the power level is definitely a lot weaker. So this is either a counterspell or a... Well, best case here is going to be... I think we casting off the top of our library is just smart. It's just smart to do. So instead of going Toski, I'm going to go just the Tajuru Paragon. And hopefully this lag will go away. And continue to just cast off the top of our library. Unfortunately, we can't cast anything else. But, I mean, we're getting a lot of... where do I want to go here? On the wolf. So, Goldspan Dragon won't win now. A board wipe will, though. Shadow's Verdict. Are you kidding me? I did not see that one coming. So, I think we just go... animate. And hopefully I can do this to the lag. The lag is terrible. Might have to be the last game. We have... it can go for 1, 2, 3... 3. Holy lag. I can't auto pay because I'm... So I can do 4. I can't do anything because I can't get out of this lag. Oh, arena, never change. Yeah, I can't get out of this. Okay, so we can do... There's our land. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can do 4. Which one has Summoning Sickness, though? Jeez. Yeah, we're just going to go this way. Put on pressure. Opponent can take an extra turn here, though, so maybe that wasn't the right play. But get down to a 2 makes it pretty uneasy for my opponent. Oh, I hate that card. What a cheese card. Taking extra turns. Always fun. And now Goldspan's coming out, and he has chump blockers for days. I think we lost this one. So again, we're so close. Every game, so close. Maybe I shouldn't have overextended. I did not see a Shadow's Verdict coming. Absolutely did not see a Shadow's Verdict. Maybe I should have with the black here. But, yeah, that's rough. Now Goldspan Dragon. I think my opponent's having trouble, too, in the lag. So it's not just me. It's this arena in general. And my opponent gets an extra turn plus all the mana in the world. Yeah, we lost. Unfortunately, I lost this one. How come every game they have both? Every game they got both of them. Oh, it's so obnoxious. Now they get the 7-drop, probably. Yep. So, I think I just have to try to... Now I just have to try to explode here. I actually should have done Realmwalker first. Ay, ay, ay. Land on top, huh? Oi! Mordenkainen's a really good card, too. It's going to be a huge dog. An 8/8. Massive dog. And the Goldspan Dragon's been able to attack in plus keep mana back. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through this one. Down to a 12. Because it puts out another dog, too. Ugh. Okay, so let's go ahead and just see if we can get enough stuff out. There's a counterspell in my opponent's hand. I'm going to kill the Realmwalker. So I can't cast more. So, Toski's kind of weak here. I could attack with this and pump it. Toski's fine, though. We need to get it out. Unfortunately, though, now Mordenkainen's going to start drawing cards. So I guess the name of the game is don't be running go wide in this format. Everyone's prepared for it with board wipes. It's going to be very, very tough to overcome the board wipes. And this Goldspin Dragon's just going to give a billion mana. It's just so much. Expressive Iteration number 2. And I can't beat that Epiphany. All right, that's game. Finds the other Epiphany. Oh, so I guess we're just going to have to conclude this one right now because the arena lag is hitting both of us really, really bad. But in short, I guess the conclusion of this, it's a fun deck. You can definitely ball off. They do need to have their board wipes. Like, they have to have it in hand. And that's going to be, you're going to win a lot of games because of that. They just don't have it. The board wipe, they have a bunch of just spot removal. You're going to get there. But if we do come across the board wipe, which it seems like everyone is prepared for mono white. Mono white seems to be running the Clarion Spirit too. And this deck's just super bad against the board wipes. Also, so either have to run a go wide strategy that's resilient to board wipes, or I would play like Mono Green Stompy seems pretty good too because it's going to get around a lot of the board wipes because they're situational. There's a -3/-3 board wipe. There is a the one that destroyed everything at converted mana cost 2 or less. And then there is the Shadows that just gets everything with 3 or less converted mana cost. And so if you can Stompy above that, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and be doing stuff with your traditional just mono green curve, I think you're in good shape. But as far as this Elfball is concerned, I don't think it's well positioned right now in the meta because of just the amount of wipes that are out there. It's just wipe, 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 wipe. It seems to be the format. So to your typical strategy of stabilize and then cast like a big planeswalker tends to be these control variants. So yeah, you see a lot of the Prismari Dragons. That one was an interesting list there with splashing the black, probably sealing off the one portion. Other than red does have a couple of board wipes that stick around, which they can be running in the format. But it probably does a pretty good job of wiping mono white. So I don't know if black is necessary for that strategy, but that seems to be the top dog. I would say if you're running a deck right now, it'd be Prismari Dragons because you get kind of like the most of the broken cards that stick around, like the Goldspin Dragon, the Expressive Iteration, the Alrund's Epiphany. All those are super, super strong, comparatively speaking, to what is going on right now. I wonder if like a good tempo strategy, like tempo seems to be, I mean, that's sort of what the Dragon's deck is trying to do, but I wonder if there's a quicker tempo strategy, like a blue-black, or like even a white-blue deck that just gets out early threats and then counters things. That seems to also be like a strategy that could do very successful in this particular format. Anyway, wish I could play some more, but that lag is just unmanageable. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Kevin with the Rogue Deck Builder for Tuesday Brewsday. Thanks for watching.